And welcome to the Halloween Boopod collaboration, the Bridgewater Series, episode 5. Hey, Spillers!
Hey, Miller.
And welcome to True Crime Podcast hosted by
Me, Umberto.
and me, Jonas. Wait, is this a
An
bonus?
extra episode. Yes.
Wow.
We are giving things for free because we are selling things on our merch store.
Oh yes, we have a merch store with t-shirts, stickers, keychain, and a brooch
So
or
if,
button.
So if you haven't still look at it, go.
Yes.
Please.
We ship worldwide.
So we are here to do an episode from the Boopod collab regarding Halloween. That is called the Bridgewater Series.
Halloween.
Until now, we are the 5th episode, and we are going to talk about a murder that happened in this place. If you don't know what Bridgewater is, it is a place in the United States where supposedly a lot of shit happens. Like, we are talking about things like ghosts, weird stories, but also murders. So if you like to talk about ghosts, witches, satanic cults, everything, we have everything. And now we have 4 episodes of this series, so you can watch it. You can listen to that on the Nightcap, Haunted UK, the Skylark Bell, and Mum's Mysteries and Murder.
So you already have 4 episodes out that you can listen after or before you listen to our episode.
That's right. And if you like this episode, tomorrow you will have an episode on Chitin Bricks. There we'll talk to you about Freetown State Hospital. So if you like weird things that happened on hospitals, you can check that. And Paranormal Exposed and the activity continues. We'll talk about paranormal reports and the satanic cult that happens on the Fall River. This would happen on 26th of October and 28th of October.
So this is a series of 8 episodes. Go show them some love. And we are episode 5.
This is a great responsibility to go
Yeah,
after these guys, but
They are super great. And today we are talking about the murder of Edward Cereto that happened in the 87. Again, the 80s, guys. At the Freetown State Forest. I mean, this is considered to be the most haunted forest in America. So just to give you a little bit of what happened, and it was already spoken on this 1978 corpse of a 15-year-old girl, Maria Aruda, was found tied to a tree, which was episode 4 of this series. By the way, you can just check them out.
Mum's Mysteries and Murder
We
to
love
listen
you.
to this one.
You're super fun. We love listening to them. On the 87, which is the victim we are talking about, a homeless man. I don't know if he was literally homeless, but
It was kind of.
was found killed in a forest. Throughout the years, more bodies were found and multiple suicides happened and some paranormal stuff happened. So you get the point. Something is wrong with this place. And yeah, basically.
This must be those places that you visit and you felt like horrible energy.
Oh, so heavy. Oh my god. So, this is the beginning. Sorry.
The beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life.
I'm a champion. So, sorry. So, how was Edward found? On Friday, October 2nd of 97, at approximately 7 a.m., Stephen Combs brought his dogs into the Freetown State Forest for a run. Again, this forest is super creepy. What are you doing there with your dogs? Why are you running
Maybe
with the
he
dogs?
lived there. He has no fault.
I mean, if this forest has already this fame, would you go there?
Maybe the houses are cheaper.
Oh my god. While running, Stephen found the body of a person who had been shot. The body was of a white male lying face up on the ledge road, a dirt travelway. The victim was wearing gray and white jeans, a red t-shirt, and a maroon sweatshirt. A blanket was draped over the victim's shoulders. Officers observed gunshot wounds to the victim's head, groin, and chest. Groin. Oof. Sorry. What? It's the word. It's like
Groin.
I don't know. There were several abrasions. Yeah, that's the word. On the victim's skin, the blanket, the victim's clothing, and the right side of his face, including his beard, had been burned. A book of matches and a cigarette butt were found near the victim's body.
This is it.
This is no accident. This is a homicide.
So what we are going to tell you now is some part of police knowledge.
Yes.
And then we have a confession.
Yeah, we do.
So we are going to base on a confession, guys.
Yeah,
and this
our
for us
research
is,
was on a confession.
Yes, this for us is very new and fresh because we didn't make an episode based on a police report yet. Mm-hmm. This is fun.
We had
have
to
a lot
read
of
a lot.
information. Yes.
But it was fun. So Stephen called the police officers and
Stephen, no.
Yeah, Stephen.
Stephen too? Okay.
Oh, Stephen, yes. Yes.
We will have another Stephen.
So, yes. So while the police officers were there, they observed several footprints, shoes, impressions around his body, and a tire thread impressions at the scene. It appeared that the vehicle had driven right up to the area where the body was discovered. By the way, this is important, what I'm about to tell you. The left rear tire of the vehicle had a different thread pattern from the other three. I mean, they also found 6 federal brands, 410 gauge shotgun shells near the body. This was no accident.
This is the start of the investigation.
Yes.
So who is this guy? This is the question. The newspaper decided to publish this story, and this was a key aspect to identify the victim. Patricia Casey was a resident at Fall River, and she met a guy called Edward Cereto some weeks before. Cereto was homeless, and she hired him to do some work at her house.
What we read was like some odd jobs. I don't know what he was doing there.
Oh my god. And Casey was intrigued because Cereto didn't show up to work on October 2nd.
Yeah, and he lived on the storage area under a tree family house she owned.
Okay.
So, I mean, she was preoccupied. Where's my worker?
She called the police and gave them the description of Cereto when she saw the newspaper article, and it matched. So we have the name of the victim. We are talking about Edward Cereto.
2 days later, Bruce Frank, which we don't know who the hell this
was
dude,
until now.
Yeah, we know now, but at the time that we were researching, we were like, what? Why are we being introduced to this dude? Who is this dude? But basically, Bruce Frank, accompanied by a friend, visited Patricia Casey. Why? We don't know. But he decided to go there. Maybe because of the news that that was on the newspaper. He was like, let me maybe visit this person. Or maybe they knew each other. We don't have this information.
Or maybe to erase something because he was living there.
Erase her.
Or some evidence. We don't know.
Yes. But for some reason...
Or maybe to realize what Patricia had done until that time. Had Patricia called the police?
Or maybe go to the storage area where he lived to delete everything.
I'm betting more on the part of knowing what Patricia had done until now. And what Patricia believed. Imagine that they were talking to her and like telling the story that Edward left town. And seeing if she believed it.
But why would Bruce Frank go there too?
I don't know.
Who is Bruce Frank?
Maybe it could be friends of Edward. Patricia would not know. So I believe that this is the motive of this visit.
Oh boy.
But this visit is so important.
This is so creepy, but for some reason that I wasn't able to understand, 2 police officers went to Patricia's place and left the house with Bruce.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't go there alone, but they only left with Bruce for some reason. The 3, which were the 2 officers and Bruce, walked to an adjacent yard. Frank lifted up rods in the woodpile and revealed, wait, the 410 Mossberg shotgun! Wait, it was next to Patricia's house.
I believe that this is a very small place in the Fall
River.
River.
Maybe the forest is like in front of them.
Yes.
So Frank admitted the gun belonged to him. Ballistics tested showed that all 6 shotgun shells found near the Cereto's body were fired from Frank's shotgun. I mean, You're fucked.
Earlier that day, these two officers questioned another person, Stephen Costa. Why? We are not sure. As we said, we are basing these episodes on a testimony from one of the guys. So we do not actually have like this beautiful story to tell you.
And we searched for videos, and the only videos we could find were a YouTube ghost hunters.
Yes.
So,
But this guy, Stephen, is a key person in this story, and from now on, we are going to talk about his testimony and his interrogation by the police. So, officers asked Stephen where he had been during the evening of October 1st. He said that after work, he had driven with Bruce Frank and another person. Remember Bruce that had the shotgun? And they went to New Hampshire.
yeah, also, this other person was identified only as Timmy.
Stephen said that they had gotten 2 flat tires, which caused them to delay the return to Massachusetts.
Wait,
Until the afternoon of October 2nd.
but wait, they had 2 flat tires and only one of them is different.
Yes, but maybe...
Could that be possible?
Yes, because you...
You have an extra tire on your car,
Yes.
which is different, right?
So I'm already fucked if I have 2 flat tires. Bam.
Okay.
Fucked.
Everyone is fucked. Yeah.
So I have to go to a store. And maybe I only have money for one. That it's similar for those that I have in the car. And the other one is different.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Okay. Alright.
So, and maybe this is the reason that Stephen was interrogated by the police, because the marks on the car. Apparently,
tires.
some witnesses describe a car that it's not very frequent. So maybe this was the motive that Stephen was identified by the police.
Later that day, Stephen had to go to the police station for more questioning. He drove his own vehicle to the station, and while during questioning, Trooper Butler went to inspect the Stephen's vehicle. I mean, super clever. And observed that the vehicle had 3 tires of identical brand with correspondingly similar treads pattern. The other tire was from a different brand.
Oh boy, you are so screwed.
And then he took pictures and brought them into the questioning room. After being confronted by the pictures, Stephen agreed, yeah, they are similar, but I have no idea how my car could be involved at this point. So, yeah.
I believe that we are talking about a very small place.
Yeah.
Where everybody know each other, because this was super fast, like.
Yeah, it's super fast, and it felt like Portugal crimes. And also, Stephen also said, I have no recollection of the night in question. Now you say that.
So first he had this theory that he left town, but now he continued that theory, but he said that he was asleep.
Oh, but there is more ideas that he gave to the police.
So after a few hours of interrogation, the police started saying that his story didn't add up. Right. Stephen said that he was asleep from October 1st to October 2nd, and that his car was exactly at the same way that he left it. So he could not explain how the tire prints could have been made. Police then stated that if this was the truth, he slept for 19 hours.
How long was your biggest
Talk
sleep?
about sleeping beauty.
No, but how long was your longest sleep
I don't know.
to this day?
12 hours maybe. 14 from 12 to 14 hours.
I think I did 13 hours once.
Yes, but it's like I woke up in the middle. It was not straight.
Oh,
And I was not in the car.
mine was straight. Yes. Things weren't looking great for Stephen. Also, police stated that Frank gave a different version of events. Of course he did. Like, what the fuck?
Following this, Stephen started talking because now things are getting very messy, because other guy involved in the crime that already admitted that the gun was his.
I thought we were friends, and
Yes.
now you're talking.
Supposedly is giving another theory. Maybe Stephen is getting
Fucked.
how do you call it? Yes.
Yeah, fucked. Yeah.
So, but he's scared and he says, "I don't want to be a canary."
But
Oh, boy.
what did he do?
What a
he
canary.
sang like a canary. Let's
canary,
go.
that's it.
Yeah, canary.
Canary.
Like a can in an airy. Airy can. Yeah.
Stupid. We should do this in Portuguese. So officers told him that this was a murder case and not a broken window. So if he knew anything about the case, it was in his best interest to talk. And he did.
No, he did.
Do you want us to tell us
What happened?
what happened?
Okay. Apparently, Stephen met his cousin Michael and Kevin. Where's Timmy?
Timmy maybe is Michael or Kevin.
Ah.
Or his other
They
guy.
already lied on his cousin's
Or Timmy,
name.
Timmy maybe...
Maybe he's Kevin or Michael Timmy.
Maybe Timmy doesn't exist.
Maybe it's Michael Timmy or Kevin Timmy. So, yeah, he met his cousins in a restaurant where they had some beers and shots. We know how damaging to our mind alcohol can be, right? With shots, they make us do things that we don't want.
Why are you putting us again as criminals? We don't know anything about this.
I know, but like, I love how a lot of people justify doing shit with alcohol.
Okay, now you're safe. Okay.
Like, they all say, oh, I was drunk.
Yes.
Dude, you don't lose conscience. Sometimes you do, but you don't do
Yes,
stupid
but
shit.
you don't do things like they're about to.
Alcohol just loosens you up to do things that you want to do. So that's the problem there.
Yes.
But at 9 p.m., they went to Shiner Royal Restaurant where Stephen parked. When they came out, Stephen had a flat tire. After changing it, they went to the area where Edward Cereto lived. They had this theory that Edward was the one that flattened the tire. Remember, guys, they are young. We are not sure their ages, but they are young.
They
On the
must be
younger
young.
side.
They must be young.
They are. Can you? Let's have this picture. They are probably those bullies that super macho man and what are you doing? And they are in gangs and
Yes.
and when they are together, they for some reason have a lot of strength. But when they are alone,
Yes.
they are.
Wow, such a profile.
Yeah. No, but it's true.
Yes. So we have 4 guys, right?
I think so. They had this theory that Edward was the one flattening the tires. Serto never answered to these questions. Afterwards, they started accusing him of talking with the police to bust Stephen of the marijuana possession. What?
So I saw this happening a lot of times in the night when we are going out and groups of guys,
Yeah.
especially guys, do like
Straight-
push you,
straight guys.
yes, push you, and then start saying things, nonsense things like, "Oh,
What are you doing?
You gave me something. Oh, you spilled
You
your
give me
beer.
something."
You spilled your beer, and now I'm wet." Like
Yeah.
trying to start.
You're wet. They are looking for trouble, basically.
Yes. So, bullies as they were, and since the provocation was not working, they started pushing and slapping the victim. Typical. But they were some psychos. And then Frank had a brilliant idea. He said, "Let's go shooting and really scare him. I'll go get my gun."
When I read this, it made me remember a similar case, or maybe this was the case that I listened years ago. But I remember something like this, and it was freaking horrible. I think it was a different case. It's not the only one, and maybe there are more crimes like this happening. So, son of a bitch.
It was very helpful what you said right now. So much information.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was just sharing.
So this son of a bitch.
You bitch.
They grabbed Edward and forced him into Stephen's truck. Then they drove to the Freetown State Forest, and Stephen stopped the car.
Maybe they already knew that this forest was known for that.
Maybe.
So then Frank shoot him 3 times. He reloaded the gun, handed it to Kevin, and said, "Go ahead, do it." Kevin shot the victim. Frank took back the gun and handed it off to Michael. "Go ahead." He didn't. He refused to participate, so he handed it to Stephen. "Do it," he said. And he shot Edward in the chest. Yeah, It was kind of similar the other case I saw about.
Remember that this
This is horrible.
this is from Stephen's confession. So
Yeah.
he admitted this. This is so heavy, like.
It's horrible. I don't know how people can live with this
Yes.
guilt, or this is so bad. But they got back in the car and the four left the scene. I mean, this was the crime.
Yes, this was what happened in this horrible place. I don't know that if they went there so they can have some, so that these theories of the awful things that happen in this place could like disguise this crime.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe something else happened, maybe some satanic cult or some
Did this and they
some
won't
ghosts
find
or
us.
yes,
Okay.
something like that. I believe that this was the motive to go there. And this was such a stupid thing.
I mean, he didn't. Edward didn't say a thing. He didn't want to didn't want to cause problems with anyone. They were just douchebags.
And he got there like weeks before.
Yeah.
He was
He was working.
yes, and he was a new
considered
person.
homeless, but he was changing his life.
Yes, he was a new person there. So I believe that these guys were like, this is a easy target. Let's be man.
Oh my god, I hate when people say that. Oh, you're a man. Oh, fuck off. I'm a person. Leave it. An autopsy of Cereto's body revealed 6 gunshots, 3 in the head, 2 in the face, and 1 in the ear, 2 in the chest, and 1 in the groin. Here we are, groin. The pathologist who performed the autopsy determined that the victim died from multiple gunshots.
The pathologist could not determine which wound was inflicted first.
Can you imagine he's being shot and he's still not dead?
I believe that he died from the
The first 3?
yes, because
He was in the head.
maybe yes. We know that the last one was in the chest. The pathologist could not determine which was first, but he testified that the head wounds alone or the chest wounds alone could have been the cause of Cereto's death. But this is the thing, like, they were all there. Only Michael didn't shot Cereto.
But he
was there.
He was there and he didn't contact the police. If he did contact the police, he would probably be free. Or
We don't know what happened to him.
we don't know.
Yes.
But the edges of the gunshot wounds to the head were burned and charred, indicating that why are you laughing?
Because I don't know how to say it also.
Yeah, indicating that the barrel of gun have been held against the skin of. Oh my god!
Yes, because they were terrorizing him. So the gunshots were at close range. I bet they had the gunshots pointed at him.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to scare him.
Oh my god!
They were such bullies. Like, oh my god. The absence of pellet wounds or pellet marks around the 2 entrance wounds on the face also suggested that the wounds resulted from contact or near contact shots. So yes, this guy died with a gunshot pointing to his head. This is horrible. This is brutal. This is everything. This is horrible.
Neighbors and other witnesses were able to locate the car and the 4 men in the area at the time of the crime. Fuck you! Take that!
Yes.
Take that, man! Being man, I guess. He got you in prison. Great.
The defendant was then indicated for murder and kidnapping, as were the others. We are only going to tell you what happened to Stephen because this is the report that we got. We believe that the other 2 that had equal parts, like Frank and Kevin,
Yeah.
must have the same.
Michael maybe has a
and
different type of.
maybe.
Of
In June '88,
Situation.
Stephen was tried before a jury. The jury found him guilty of kidnapping and murder in the first degree on theories of deliberate premeditation and extreme atrocity or cruelty. This was the word, cruelty.
Cruelty. The judge sentenced the defendant to life imprisonment without possible of parole. Take that. Take that. For the murder conviction and the concurrent 8 to 10 year sentence for the kidnapping conviction. Take that.
these guys had the audacity to
They always
ask
do.
for
They always
revision of the sentence. They were seeking a reduction in the verdict from murder in the first degree to murder in second degree. At least Stephen, as we said, we don't
Yes.
know what the others asked. Maybe Stephen asked this because he was the last one shooting Edward.
Yeah, it was Frank.
So
like,
maybe
yeah, okay.
his defense was that he was already dead, but like he took the guy there. He was
He
there,
was
and he
oh,
shot him.
you can still shoot a person that is laying down in the floor dead. Oh, that's not a crime. You stupid. Oh my god.
But the court reviewed the records and concluded that the verdict of murder in the first degree is not against the law or the weight of the evidence, and the verdict deserves to stand. So, Stephen is in jail for the rest of his life.
Take that. Oh, I mean, this was a different type of case that we normally do.
It's a
but
lot
it
of
was-
information.
It was super fun and also super mega fun of being part of this collaboration.
Yes, this is so awesome, and we are so glad to be part of this. The Boopod network are with us since almost the beginning.
Almost, yes.
We were so happy when they invited us in, and we are still glad to be part of this.
Again, like we said, this is a collaboration, an 8-episode collaboration. The 4 previous episodes are already out that you should totally check out. Don't forget that tomorrow Shit and Bricks will come out with episode 6.
Remember, since this is an extra episode, you can still listen to our episodes on the regular days.
That will also come out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So we see you guys tomorrow, I guess.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.